Hello there, my name's Steve Smallman and I'm an author and illustrator of children's books. And the nice people at Manchester Libraries have asked me to make some videos. This is one of them. It's to celebrate the Summer Reading Challenge and the theme of Wild World Heroes. I hope you've all signed up for the Summer Reading Challenge because it is so brilliant, isn't it? You only have to read 6 books, piece of cake. Anyway, today we're going to be drawing an animal that's really important because one of the sponsors of this is the World Wildlife Fund, and this animal is on their logo because it's a panda. We're going to start with a sort of a circle. It's a little bit squashed at the top and the bottom, and it's just at a very slight angle. And then under that we're going to put an almost straight line down on that side, and on this side we're going to do a line that starts off straight and goes round and then flattens off at the bottom like that. That will give us our panda's head and a panda's body. They're quite fat tummies, so I'm going to continue a little curved line for the top of his tummy there. We're going to have a line just over to the left a little bit to divide the face up, and another one going the other way across the middle that way. That's going to show us where our eyes and our nose and our mouth are going to go. So on that line we'll do a little open circle, there for his eyes. About halfway between the eyes and the bottom of the circle we're going to do a little curved line. It's mostly straight, but it kicks up at the edges and then it goes down and round at the bottom. It looks like a little smiley mouth, doesn't it? But it's actually his nose. And then the middle of this cross, we're going to start our pencil there, and I'm going to bring a rounded shape that looks a bit like a fat pear shape, or even an egg shape, isn't it? Wider at the bottom and narrow at the top. And that's going to be his muzzle. Then we'll put some ears on, some nice rounded ears. And we can put a little line on the inside of the top of the ear just to show where the edge is. We need our panda to be sitting on the floor. That's the way I've drawn him. So I'm going to do an oval shape that just breaks through the bottom edge there, and another one just a little bit further over, away from the body, at the same level. And then that's going to be the feet, and from the bottom of that foot I'm going to do a little curved line to join up to the body, another little curved line there, and another little curved line just like that to suggest that leg's bent, and that's a knee. Okay, we need some hands. Now this hand is going to be sitting on his tummy, so let's do the hand where we want it to be first of all. I'm going to do a little oval shape for his hand sitting on his tummy, and then that's his shoulder. So we're going to do a curved line that goes round there and comes to the bottom of that bit, and then another little curved line that comes to the top. Then we've got his arm bent. We can do some fingers on here. 1, 2, I think 3 should do it for his paws. Okay. And then I'm going to have him holding a piece of bamboo. So I'm going to do another little oval shape here. That's going to be his hand. So we can see where the bamboo is. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 little fingers on there. So he's got made a fist to hold the bamboo. And I'm going to have a bit of chewed up bamboo sticking out of his hand like that. And then we're going to join that hand to his shoulder this side with a curved line, and from the bottom there we're going to join it with another curved line. So we've got our panda holding a bit of chewed up bamboo, and he's got this arm on his tummy. We need to put some toes in, so we're going to do some curved lines. 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top of that oval, and the same on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can put a little circle underneath each of those toes, and another oval shaped pad on the bottom of the foot. Like that, so we can see we're looking at the panda's footprint on the bottom. Now, what do we need next? We need eye patches, because pandas have those black patches around their eyes. Now I'm going to make my panda look happy, and it's quite nice to decide what shape you want his eyebrows to be. If they're happy, you have a high eyebrow shape like that, and that can be the top edge of the patch around his eye. We go under the bottom of the eye and they're wider at the bottom, but you decided you've changed the shape of the top to make him look happy. And I'm going to give him a little line under his nose, and then I'm going to give him a big smile going up like that on both sides. And on this side I'm going to do a bulge in his cheek, like he's got a mouthful of what he's been eating, his bamboo. And then I'm going to do a little open mouth with a curved line under there, and I'm going to put a little chin, or the bottom lip rather, under that. And then I'm going to do a little shape inside his mouth that looks a little bit like a bum, and then you colour around it, it looks like a tongue. And I'm going to have a little bit of dribble squishing out of his mouth like that. Now I need to make our panda look furry, because at the moment he looks a bit smooth, so we're going to go around the edges and just do broken lines like this to make our panda look fluffier. We can do a few on the top as well, a few little bits sticking up. Just makes him look nice and fluffy and stops him from getting too smooth and plastic looking. Do the same on his arm, same on his belly, over his shoulder like that, down that arm, and down his back as well, around his bottom. See, I'm just strengthening the lines while I'm going round as well. And then we're going to make him look at us. So I'm going to do another little circle inside that circle we did for the eyes, over to the side, and I'm going to leave a little white patch that I'm not going to colour in, and colour the rest black. So it looks like he's looking at us and his eyes are shining. You need to be quite careful with this and press quite carefully. Make sure your pencil's not too blunt. And now we need to colour in his eye patches. Ooh, it's a creaky door. Like that one. And I'm not pressing as hard now as I did when I did the outline of his eye, because I don't want it to get too black. There we go. We're going to leave a little white patch on the top of his nose and then colour the rest of his nose in, so his nose looks shiny too. A little bit of shading inside his mouth, but not too much. His ears need to be black. His hands need to be black as well, and so does the bit of top of his chest. So I'm pressing really quite hard here because we're going to colour this bit in with our pencil, and I don't want it to disappear under my pencil lines so you can't actually see it anymore, because all this is going to be dark under here, right across there, right across that side. So you just press harder on his fingers here as well to make sure we can see those. And then kind of his fingers here dark as well. You can go a bit darker underneath the bottom because that's like a shadow there then. Go a little bit darker in there as well. And then we need his legs to be black as well. And there's like a little black band around the bottom end as well. So I'm doing his legs first. He'll do a little bit of black around the bottom end, and then we'll colour in his feet. it's got those pads, you can just see them still under the colouring. Make sure our pencil's sharp, and then we'll colour in those little pads so they're nice and dark, so we can still see them even though we've coloured in the rest. I'm doing this really quickly, but you can take your time over this, you don't need to rush. And then the pads under his feet coloured in. We can even do a little bit of smudging with our finger just to add a bit of shading under his arm there and under his tummy there. Maybe a little bit on the floor. We could even put a little bit of grass on the floor just to make it look as though he's sitting somewhere nice and comfy. And then last of all, we'll get our rubber and we'll rub out that little line in the middle of his forehead. We don't need that anymore. We don't need that line on the top of his nose. Actually, we didn't need that line there, but we've already coloured that bit in, so we won't worry about that too much. And there we have our panda, who is chomping on some bamboo, looking very pleased with himself. And like all your drawings, you should put your name on them. My name is Steve Smallman, and it's 2021.